Oh, hey, it must be Wednesday. What's going on, Cap?
No. I got nothing.
Perfect. I got something. Well,
got?
once again, welcome everyone to Get Off My Lawn. This is our third episode. We are broadcasting on the World Foam Alliance YouTube channel. You should know that already, and we'd like to welcome everyone here. In case you don't know, we are a call-in show. We will talk to everything foam flinging related, and there will be a phone number where you can call in, and we will take your calls. However, do note when you call in, it's a 3-minute limit. At 3 minutes, whether you're mid-sentence, mid-story, it will cut you off. Or if for some reason we decide maybe you shouldn't be on the air anymore, or we get bored of you, we will tell you to get off my lawn. Also, what we're going to have this week, if you haven't seen it already, you can find that we do have a clip of the week. And to be able to qualify for clip of the week next week, just be sure to, whatever it is you post on any of your social medias, just be sure to tag World Foam Alliance. And when you tag World Foam Alliance, we will find you. And the ones we like, well, we'll vote, and you might be the clip of the week. One other thing to tell you about, again, today we do have our special guest, which is coming in around about an hour, which is probably about the 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And that will be Welcome. Will be joining us. We're going to talk a little bit, then also be taking calls. You can ask him directly questions as well. So you'll have the three of us to talk to and bug. And then the last thing for today is that there is a giveaway. And the giveaway is basically I am giving away a blaster. That's right. I am giving away a blaster. It will be an actual
double blaster.
Right now it's just a box. Maybe I should pull out of the box so people don't think I'm lying to them.
I think I trust you. I trust you implicitly.
Tell them how they can win the blaster while I do the Vanna White thing.
Hey, yeah, everyone else is apparently having lag too.
Oh.
I'm having lag.
Yep, there's lag.
Wicked lag. That's not good. We may be having technical difficulties.
Did we break the internet?
Technology am hard.
Oopsie daisy.
Oops. What we get for trusting technology. This is how the robots will get us.
I saw that movie.
Which one? There's a lot of them.
I know. That's the scary thing. They're all right.
And I think they make sure that we keep making the movies so that we don't believe it's going to happen. Because
don't worry.
Sometimes the best place to hide something is out in public.
Don't worry. AI is your friend. We're not here to kill you.
WALL-E was a horror film, and you'll never convince me otherwise.
Agreed.
Just absolute nightmare fuel.
Maybe that's why I haven't watched it yet. I think I watched
creepy.
Parts of it. Yeah. That's probably why I only watched parts of it.
Super creepy.
Oh, we're still having lag issues, aren't we?
Apparently.
Well, you want to try telling them and see if it comes through how we're giving this away?
I don't think it's going to help.
Still got the lag, huh?
Yes. Yes, apparently we still have the lag. I'm trying to watch it on YouTube while doing this, and yeah, it freezes every couple of seconds and just spins. And then it goes for a little bit. And then it spins. I don't think that's a feature.
Maybe people paid extra for that.
Paid extra. This is at no extra cost. The lag is free with the show.
Isn't this how we try to like make sure we can last for 2 hours? Is by introducing a lag factor so that we don't run out of stuff to talk about?
We have about 15 minutes worth of material. We need to make it last 2 hours. We give it to them in small doses.
We found that pretending to lag we sucked at, so we just introduced real-time lag just to help compensate.
Yes. Should. We've been should on again. More should. Oh. Well, maybe it is actually now working. No. Lagged again.
A little bit, but he said it should be better now.
Should.
Well,
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's try it. So then, we are giving away this blaster this episode.
Can't even tell how far behind we are.
I don't know.
Oh, it just appeared off the screen. It could be anywhere. The good news is I can't blame my internet for it because we're not broadcasting through my internet.
Not mine either. I seem to be good.
So apparently we have a clip of the week. We're going to jump to that while they try to deal with the background. We'll see if clip of the week works. Clip of the week.
What's rule number 1? Party? No, not party. No, it's not party.
That was pretty cool.
Was that it?
I think so, and I think we're good because it is a short clip. Yeah, I think we're good now. All right. So that was the clip of the week, and it's pretty easy. Just do something cool or do something fun or do whatever you want that's phone flinging related. Tag us, and you could be the next person for our clip of the week.
Yeah. Aha! Yes, people are reporting it seems to have been resolved. Excellent. Well then, shall we take... Well, actually, we were going to discuss integration.
We're going to tell them... Well, first, we're going to tell them how to win this because they're wondering.
Right. We need to tell you how to win the thing. How do they win the thing? I don't know how you win the thing.
Basically, what's going to happen is later on in the show, during the live, probably around just after we have Wallcom on, there will be a catchphrase in the chat. I want you to post the catchphrase, and then that following section, we will pick out a winner who has said the catchphrase. Well, not Chalo and I, but the people behind the curtain will pick it out. And then also, before the show ends, we will tell you who won it, and I will send it to you. Now, the trick is, though, to win it, you got to make sure you have your email address or some kind of contact info in your profile. Just because we're not going to trust someone to call and say, no, it was me. Yeah, sure it was. So the person we pick, if you want to win it, make sure you have your email or some kind of contact, whether it be Facebook Messenger, something in your YouTube profile so we can contact you to make sure we send it to the right person. But we'll touch upon that later. So yes, before we take our first caller, Chalo, what do you want to talk about?
I'm going to talk to you about integration, specifically how you go about building your master keys and whatnot, because I've seen yours, I've held yours, they are solid. You could fling them across the room and it would probably damage whatever it hit more than the blaster. And I'm doing, I got sent some blasters for repair that were not built to that standard. So what is it that you do with your integrations to make them so solid?
So for me, when I first started making them, obviously I did it before the whole, before 3D printers were really available, or the ones that were available were cost way too much money. So I have a construction background. So for me, it was always, how do I combine these things and make sure that they will survive and last? And the funny thing is, again, because I have a construction background, I have saws, drills, and a lot of experience with different materials like PVC. So for me, there's nothing 3D printed on this, yet somehow I've combined a sling fire with the Saturn. And so for me, it's a PVC board, And I think this really is the linchpin to everything I make, because this is that actually combines the two of them. And not to go into full on 2 hours of this, but basically I use this as my centerpiece, and I figure out how to glue and screw both things to this, which is why it makes it solid. So technically you could club somebody with this, but please don't. And if you do, you will probably be kicked out of that game. But the other thing is, if you run, you fall, or you drop it, it won't break.
Excellent. There's a lot that can be learned. And he will be giving more advice on that kind of stuff on The Forge, your show here on World Foam Alliance, right?
Yes, sir. We got The Forge. First one was released last Thursday. Every other Thursday, there will be an episode. The first one was a blaster parade. The next couple will actually be how I actually figure out which two blasters are going to combine, and then also a general overview on painting.
Excellent. I need to watch this. I am lousy at painting.
All right. Now, again, for the call-in part, are you ready for our first caller? What do you think, dude? So I can tell him how to do it?
Let's take a caller. So you are actually literally going to call in with a telephone, which is just baffling in this day and age. But I assume many of you are probably watching this show on your phone. And yeah.
Basically,
so
call in.
Will appear, you'll dial the number, and you'll be on.
Absolutely. So yeah, go ahead, dial that number, and let's take our first caller and see who's gonna walk across our lawn.
I assume many of you are probably.
Hello.
Well, who are you? What do you want?
Oh, it's me. It's Eli. I've played a few events with you. You invited me out a little bit ago, if you remember.
Too many Elis. Which Eli are you?
Oh, true. I lost one of your buzzers for Pinger HVZ. Do you remember this?
How dare you?
I know. I'm sorry.
What can we do
Horrible.
for you?
I just wanted to call in and tell you that the Nerf Vortex Fuse Fire is probably the best blaster ever made. And I think you should buy one and run one and use nothing else. It's in your colors, and it's very wonderful and great and beautiful.
I kid you not. If you tune in to The Range tomorrow, I will be firing one on the video.
Perfect.
Wait.
Good.
The Range? What's the Range?
The Range is my contribution to the World Foam Alliance. So it goes out the Thursdays after this show. Yeah, I actually have a reassembly guide on the Fuse Fire on my channel, I think.
Wonderful. I love this thing. It's great.
It's a fabulous blaster. It's an inline clip.
Yeah, I'm excited.
LEDs for
to run
rounds.
more Vortex at Borst.
Yes.
I hope you bring all of your Vortex stuff to the next Borst game on Halloween. Because we had a blast last time.
I will definitely bring silly ammo for the Halloween game.
Good. Yes, I picked up over 100 Mega XL rounds.
Good lord.
Because hopefully I will have. Yes, yeah. I found them in Walmart for $1 a box, so I just grabbed them all. Which is good.
I will have to check out Walmart.
Dude.
Sometime between now and when
I was
2 days.
I was pleasantly surprised to see. It appears that they're going to be discontinuing it though, which is sad because it's very fun.
Yeah,
shoot big blue things with people.
Blasters. 2 of them are pretty cool though.
Yeah,
I mean, I do like the revolver, the boom dozer.
Boom dozer.
Yeah, the boom dozer.
That is a suitably ridiculously big blaster.
It seems like all of them in existence though have been converted to the shotgun shell cylinder.
I like the ones where you could just shove a shell into the cylinder, so you could still fire Mega XL if you took it out, as opposed to replacing it completely.
That is good. Well, my Hammerwald from Domachevsky comes soon, so I'll be shooting Mega XL out of that and making loud noises and flashing bright lights at people. It will be great.
Nice. You have 3 seconds to get off my lawn.
Oh.
Goodbye!
Get off my lawn!
All right. Apparently we've already got the next caller queued up. Hook us up, man behind the curtain.
Hello, it's Boots McGee. How are you guys doing tonight?
Boots, how you doing? I'm doing good.
I'm good, man. What's going on, brother?
All right. Hey, I got a question for you. A big part of the hobby is thrifting and hunting down used and discontinued blasters. Have you ever experienced a deal gone wrong? Would you have any advice for some other people to not get ripped off, or if they don't even receive the blaster?
So this is why I do my thrifting in person as opposed to through Facebook or what have you. I have not been ripped off, but I have definitely heard of people, ordering blasters or 3D printers, and then it never shows up. And because it was done through an anonymous Facebook thing, they have no recourse. The important thing, if you're going to do any kind of transaction, do it through PayPal and do it through the business rather than friends and family. And that way, if you don't get your product, you have a recourse. PayPal has that built in that if you get swindled. Ideally, meet in person if you can, so that they have to show up before they get their money. I do all my arms deals in person. I've done plenty of them.
Same. I've done all mine in person as well. Where my biggest concern was I do it in person is I'm very well aware of what I look like, and I think a lot of people are kind of shocked when I show up my big truck and come out in the driveway and say, "Hey, it's me."
Load it up. Fill the truck. Taking it
until
over.
They meet you. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's always fun when somebody on Facebook locally will post something, and I'll respond as Chalo, and then Captain Xavier shows up to buy their Nerf, and they weren't expecting it because they don't realize that Chalo is Captain Xavier. That's always hilarious when I pick up and they just have that moment of, "Oh my God, it's him!" And you're like, "Well, who did you think it was?" Some guy with a weird name.
Oh, sure.
Well, that's me. I'm the guy with the weird name.
Also, one more thing, Boots. Part of what the World Foam Alliance is going to have is that there will be a section, and I don't have the specifics yet, but the plan is for people to be able to buy and thrift things through the website as well. But before we make that available, we'll make sure it's pretty ironclad. So that is in the works to hopefully help these problems.
Absolutely. I've only had it happen a couple of times. Usually it was just something where they said it was one thing and it turned out to be another. Or it was broken in a way that they didn't tell me. Usually that's not a problem because I'll fix it, but yeah.
I've gotten some broken vintage stuff that's been sent to me, but I prefer that it's broken because I'm going to put it on the wall and it's going to collect dust, and I'd rather it be a broken one than a functional one on the wall. Good.
Any of those broken in a weird way?
Your time is up. Get off my lawn.
There was. I answered his last question. Was there any of them that were broken in a weird way?
I don't know about a weird way. I've had ones where, I used it once and it snapped in half because it was 30 years old and I shouldn't have been using it.
Nice. All right. Next caller. Who do you got?
You can call in. The number is 979-500-2794. Let's take a caller. Who are you? What do you want?
Hello, I'm James. And I was wondering if you could mod an Adventure Force Tetra Shot to shoot all four at once without the Smart AR.
You definitely could. It's not going to be a matter of taking a screwdriver and removing one pin and magically it's going to work. You're going to have to change the whole rotation mechanism because it's designed to rotate once, fire four things, rotate once, fire four things. So you may have to completely re-engineer the inner mechanism to just rotate once every time you pump it. And then you're going to need to mod it so that something that's intended to have the power to fire one dart can fire four. So you're going to need, at the very least, a significant spring upgrade and probably a whole larger plunger adding, or going to, LPA or HPA or something. But you can definitely do it. It's something, that was the thing. We all hoped that's what it was going to be when it came out, that it'd be a belt-fed 4-shot shotgun. That would have been amazing. or even 2 would have been great. But what we ended up getting was very disappointing. But yeah, it's definitely possible.
Okay, and do you think...
Go ahead, James.
Go ahead.
Do you think that you could put a worker high-speed 132 size motors into a Mark III pusher?
Pretty sure the Mark III pusher takes just a 130 motor. Pretty sure I put a Kraken or something there.
The 132s in.
Oh, the 132s. I don't know off the top of my head because I don't know how the motor is oriented. You would probably have to cut the back of the housing to make it fit, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how it's oriented, if that's going to get in the way of anything, but odds are you just have to cut a hole in something and then either, depending on whether it ended up sticking out of the shell or not, cover it. But the only issue would be that it's a little bit longer, so it's not going to fit in the probably isn't going to fit in the standard housing. Again, off the top of my head, I don't know how that motor is mounted. Look, the internet.
It's
see if I can figure it out.
I think it's mounted from watching your video. I think it's mounted on its side, right next to the gear that's pushing the pusher forward.
So can I find pictures of it?
And just a quick question: do you have a PBR bow?
Yeah. Okay, so it has a bracket on the back, so you can definitely get the motor in there. Whether it's going to then... You might have to cut the shell to get it to fit, but it's definitely possible to get it in there. Time's up.
And you then asked also, do you have I think you said PDR bow.
I'm not sure what that is.
Me neither. So again, for those of you that don't know, or because of the lag, did not hear us, a couple of things that are coming up. As always, around 9 o'clock, so mid-show, we do have a special calling guest. Today will be Walcom. So again, you will now have the 3 of us, and we will be talking a few things, and then you'll have an opportunity to call in and ask Walcom a question. Do me a favor, if you're calling when Walcom's in, don't call in and ask Chelo what his favorite root beer is. Like, he'll answer that, but if there's 3 of us there, possibly a question that is more relatable to Walcom specifically, that'd be great. Also at that time, in case you didn't know, and we aren't kidding, we aren't lying, we will be giving away. Your opportunity to win this will also be happening after the 9 o'clock hour. We're going to give you a key phrase. You want to put in the key phrase in the chat. One of you will be randomly selected, and we will actually send the blaster to you, but make sure you have some kind of contact info in your profile. That way I'm not dealing with 15 messages later saying, yeah, it was me. No. Make sure you have a contact.
Yeah, because they took away YouTube messaging. We could have just sent you, a message through YouTube, but they took it away. Now we have to do it the hard way. Exactly. All right. Before we take another caller, let's answer some questions from the live chat. John Swenson asks, "What's your favorite root beer?" Mine is Sprecher. I have said this many times. Unfortunately, it's not local to me. It's made in Wisconsin. They showed up at Dollar Trees around here, but by the time I got to a Dollar Tree, they've been cleaned out. How about you, Al? What's your favorite root beer?
So I'm not a big root beer guy. There's this one that I actually pick up from Wegmans, and I can't remember the name of it. It's in a bottle. It's pretty good. What is the name of it? I can't remember. But it's actually pretty good. But otherwise, I generally have a stock of A&W in the fridge just in case.
Good plan. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? Somebody? No, you can't have the blaster. You have to do the thing.
Correct.
They asked about how they're getting the blaster. You just explained that. There's a number.
So again,
well, I guess we don't have any more questions in the live stream, so let's take another caller.
Let's take another caller. And while we're doing that, again, we will give you a catchphrase.
Hello,
you type the catchphrase, and then we give it in.
What? Who are you? What do you want?
So, hi. First of all, I want to say you guys are very inspiring. I've followed you guys on TikTok recently. You guys are awesome. You make crazy mentions. Really cool. I really love you guys. My question is, obviously, there are haters out there, right? Have you ever gotten any haters about, like, adults being with Nerf guns or adults using Nerf guns?
I'll let you start this one, Al. Have you gotten haters?
For me, generally, no, I have not. But then again, I don't know whether it's just because of I've been lucky, I guess, for one. But I also try to lead with a lot of kindness and a very friendly manner. I think also I'm not a small dude and I'm not the nicest looking guy, so I think that also deters people from being rude to me. But in general, it's how I try to live life. Live life. I have a loud bark, but generally I lead with kindness, and it's amazing how much you get it back. And so there will always be people that saying negative things, but I generally ignore most of it. I just lead with a lot of kindness and don't go down that rabbit hole, and usually it falls away. At least for me, it has.
Oh, but of course, Nerf is a hobby. Nerf is something fun that all people can enjoy.
Yeah, I used to get more when my channel was smaller, oddly. And then as my channel got bigger, it's hard to make fun of the guy who's clearly successful. You know, it just kind of doesn't work. You're like, okay, dude, I traveled to Europe last month because of my hobby. What did you do? And a lot of it, I've got filters on my comments, so if certain things come up, they just automatically get filtered out, and I block them, and I never have to see them again. The few times that, like when I made the minigun and I went viral across the whole internet, and I was on every clickbait website known to man, and all these clickbait Facebook groups, all my showing up there, those got a lot of negative comments. But what was amazing is how many people came to defend me in the comments of like, this is stupid, and like, what, you just don't like fun stuff? Get out of here. Nobody likes your negativity. Like, cool, thanks.
I've designed. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, buddy. What else do you got?
All right, I've designed personally my own Nerf guns. Obviously, being a pro Nerfer, it's always about trying to make your own. Do you have your tips on creating your own?
Yes, but first of all, again, tell us your name and tell us your TikTok, because I know who you are.
Thank you so much. My name is Stevie Shoots Darts. If you just look up Stevie Shoots Darts, that should be the only result up there. Also, if you like what I do, then follow my best friend, Fun Flinging Phil. He's also amazing.
All right, now go ahead, Chalo. What do you got?
That was my question. So I haven't tried designing something from the ground up yet. Do the full 3D print. I've built things like Tier and my Smart Gun. The Smart Gun is probably the most ground up thing I've built because it started as a Nerf blaster, but only a small section of it. But I haven't gotten to the point of fully designing my own yet. It is something I want to learn to do, but I haven't done it yet. I highly recommend you learn. How dare you've run out of time. Get off my lawn.
So he's a good kid. That was a kid from the TikTok channel. Remember? He tagged us a few days ago.
Yeah, I'm going to have to follow him and his friend. What was his friend? Phil? Phil Shoots Darts?
Something like that, yes.
I'd look it up on my phone, but I'm filming this on my phone, so I can't. And by the time I get to it, I will have forgotten because I'm an old man. Do we have another caller? Let's take another caller.
No, what we're doing first is that we're gonna do.
I'll be able to look him up. What?
There it is. We're gonna run the clip of the week again. And again, for the clip of the week, basically, all we're asking you to do, anything you do foam flinging, just tag the World Foam Alliance. And every week we will select someone and we'll put you up in the World Foam Alliance. And actually, we'll most likely feature you on this show or Dart Zone, which is hosted by Andrew Dart Sweep. But you already know about that. So, yes, feel free to tag us in any cool clips that you do, and we'll pick somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant Foam Zone. I said Dart Zone. Foam
What's
Zone.
rule number 1?
Old guys. Forget
Party?
stuff.
No, not party. No, it's not party.
Sweet.
Did the clip play?
It did.
Lovely. Do we have a caller waiting? Let's take a caller. One waiting. Les, we've got a caller. Put him on. Call in. The number is on the screen somewhere, probably. Got a 500 in it. There it is. Who are you? What do you want?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. What do you want?
Fantastic. It's Isaac from Pacific Northwest. You might remember me. So, Eli earlier, he and I are collaborating on a kind of a Foam Blaster Sports 101 document, kind of a comprehensive, you're just getting started. Here's a bunch of terms of things you might hear. Here's a bunch of links to different resources to find parts. basic mod tips and maintenance guides.
So like a cheat
gear
sheet.
recommendations. Yeah, just like a cheat sheet. Right now we're sitting at like 16 pages, but most of that's pictures. So I feel like I just want to put the word out because I'm going to link it in the World's Foam Alliance Discord after this call.
Excellent. That is a wonderful idea. I'm going to have to make a whole series about that now.
Ha ha ha.
That would be
You
a
gotta
good
find you a
series to
publisher?
have here on the World Foam Alliance. Is so you've gotten into Nerf. What do you need to know? Yeah, I mean, you could use your document as a script. Each page, make a video out of it. Maybe little TikToks.
I mean, right now it's just a Google Doc, so it's pretty easily readable, hopefully.
It's accessible anywhere by anybody. Yeah.
Maybe we get someone. We got to find an artist that will basically do caricatures of you and I, and we'll turn it into like a picture book for young adults, where it's pictures of us doing.
We need to find someone who can do Dr. Seuss style art.
That would be
That'd
amazing.
be fun. So what made you want to do this?
Well, so my local university just started up again, and I started a Nerf club there when I was a student, like 4 years ago, and so now as an alum, I come and help out with the club, and we had our first event last weekend, and we had like 15 new freshmen who had no idea what was going on. I had brought, of course, a bucket of Dart Zone blasters as loaners and things like that. But it was like, all right, this is a lot of people. I don't really know how to tell them to get into this right away. I just kind of want like a repository of information that I could say, hey, here's the thing, so I don't have to talk to you for 2 hours. And then I just kind of kept going from there. And I was like, well, this is a lot of stuff, and I can't write it all while I'm at work. Hey, Eli, you seem free. You want to help out? So Eli and I have just been working on it for the last couple of days, and I'm pretty happy with what we got so far.
Excellent. That is awesome. Now get off my lawn.
That is awesome. So I think that's just to touch upon stuff like that. That's the best part about this hobby. It's like there's rarely ever a stupid idea, and anything you can do to contribute to make it something better, that is awesome. And that's also why the World Foam Alliance is here, to help get that word out, get that message out, and unify us, so you don't have to Google search for 2 or 3 nights or a month till you find something you're looking for, or troll Facebook, or as an old guy, try to figure out how Discord works. The idea being is one place, find what you need, and we'll send you out into the world properly so you can actually find what you need.
Indeed, that is excellent. Like I said, that would make a great series of shorts to put on the World Foam Alliance YouTube. Just here's some information that you need. Here's what we don't call them guns, we call them blasters. Here's why. If you hear somebody use this term, it's what they mean. If you hear this term, it's what it means. Yeah, that's a great idea. I look forward to looking at this document, because like 16 pages, and started thinking about it, going, oh no, I could fill 16 pages with just the basics of our hobby. It's a complicated hobby.
Easily.
Awesome. All right. Well, apparently we've got someone waiting, so let's get another caller.
Hey there, my name's John. I've been really enjoying your guys' work. So, quick question: have either of you done any hydro dipping when it comes to your customizing Nerf guns?
I have not. No, I do have a hydro dip blaster, but I didn't do it. Al?
So I haven't done a blaster yet. I have experimented with hydro dipping on a few different things. I haven't yet. Just on a side note, if y'all didn't know, I do shoulder pads as well. And so at one point I was gonna hydro dip a set of shoulder pads, but then I got sidetracked and hadn't done it. Generally, especially like seeing the hydro dip lashes that people do, it definitely looks very cool. And I'm sure if you do it the proper way, it comes out great. I think it's like anything else. It's just do your research on it, figure out what works and what doesn't work, and then go with it. Have you tried yourself? Have you had any experience with it?
No, but I'm actually getting ready to modify a Nerf blaster for my brother-in-law. and I'm waiting to get all the parts so I can actually put the thing together. But one of the things I would like to do is to hydro dip it, so it's got a hunting camo on it.
Very cool.
I have been doing my research.
Good. Yeah, keep
Sorry.
going. No, keep going.
I've definitely been doing my research and trying to figure out what's the best paint to use, but I figure talking to people who actually know what they're doing and actually might have some idea of what to use on the actual hobby would probably be better than just taking general information.
Because I remember when I got into it, I know you had to get an activator, like some kind of spray or something like that for it. And I couldn't remember exactly if priming the blaster was better or if going straight plastic. Don't quote me on it because it's been a few months since I looked it up. But my definite recommendation is get some kind of cheap blaster that is broken that you don't use or you don't care, and definitely experiment first, especially if this is going to be like a cool all-in build. Definitely experiment with something first, because the last thing you want is, all right, here's my super blaster, I made it and I dipped it and oh crap, I ruined it.
Worst case scenario, sand it back down and try again, but definitely perfect your technique on a $1 Goodwill blaster or something.
Makes sense.
Because I can't tell you how many blasters, when I first started this, it's not like my first blaster was painted wickedly. I think it took about, 30 to 50 tries till I got something that was actually presentable, never mind figuring out what paints and things to use. And a lot of the time, I'd pick up ones that I didn't even care for, but it wasn't the blaster I cared for. It was to see what worked and actually started how I wanted to paint things to basically get the idea out of my head onto a blaster. 5 seconds. You got anything else? Quick.
Nope. Thank you guys so much for.
Not a problem, brother. Good luck, man. Get off my lawn. But yeah, send us pictures and let us know how it turns out. I'm curious.
Let's see pictures of how it turns out. All right, we've got apparently one waiting, so we will take this caller and then we will answer some questions from the chat. I think there were some questions.
There's got to be.
There was at least a question. All right. We got somebody? Who are you? What do you want?
Oh, hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
What do you want?
Yep, who are you?
Hi. It's your biggest fan from Team Mega XXL.
I thought we blocked this guy. Why do we keep letting him call in and stuff like that? It's hard to get him out of my basement.
I don't know. I mean,
who gave this?
I don't know. I mean, the boss lady said I could, so I'm rolling with it.
All right, tell us who you are.
My name's Nate, aka Wolfguard Cosplay. Also a member of Team Mega XXLs with our amazing host, Al the Geek and Captain Xavier.
Weren't
this guy
who
loves. Yes, that was me.
Just taking up the whole show, this guy.
I know. Tell us about your clip of the week and tell us what your TikTok is.
My TikTok is Wolfguard Cosplay. I feature a lot of stuff made by that guy, Al the Geek. I also occasionally will tell people to get off my lawn. I don't know why. I'm not getting paid for it. But yeah, I just figured I'd pop on and say check you guys out and say what's up, because again, I mean, I enjoy your guys' company. I don't know why. You guys, I'm not getting paid. Like I said, I'm not getting paid.
So then what would you recommend for people to do to get selected for clip of the week?
I'm sorry, what?
What would you recommend for people to do to get selected for clip of the week?
Just be yourself. Don't be a jerk. Don't be dumb. Be safe with your blaster, and be sure to tag World Foam Alliance and make sure you shout "Get off my lawn" and have fun with it. Otherwise, I'm still figuring it out. I don't know how this stuff works. You guys with your...
I've been doing this for years, and I still have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I guess. Oh, then last 50 seconds. Just for those. Well, here's my question to you, buddy. We'll take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
You were part of actually a team in a tournament, and how experienced were you? How much experience you had in tournament play?
None whatsoever. I just went in. Hoping
you filled in and had fun, correct? Yep. So again, answer.
Absolutely.
So basically, you filled in and had fun, and tell us about that quick. You got 30 seconds.
It was fun. It was fun. We won a round. I got some amazing team members, and I'll do it again in a heartbeat. No questions asked. Because it's fun.
And does it matter? And now, are you the young, small, agile type that can hide behind stuff?
No, I am not. But I'm the youngest member of this team, but it doesn't matter because I fill in the role.
Woo!
Oh! He's gotten off my lawn. All right, so reminder to those of you who might not be aware, in 20 minutes, Walcom S7 will be joining us, and you'll get to ask him questions. For now, we're going to go to the comments and answer some questions from there. So, Al, in your opinion, what is the best blaster that you can currently get for less than $100?
Oh, for less than $100?
Yeah.
I guess it depends if we're going Springer or battery. I guess for less than $70, you gotta love the what's it called? Thank you, old man brain. The worker semi-auto pistol that's also not full auto pistol.
Oh, the Nightingale. Yeah, good call. The Nightingale is a fabulous blaster, and it is, even the high-powered one's only, I think, 80. Other good options, the X-Shot Long Shot is an excellent blaster, and it's $30, and then with about another $30 of mods, you can get the thing up over 200 FPS easily. It's probably the cheapest way to get a blaster that powerful. It's pretty impressive. The Omnia would have been a really good under 100 blaster, and hopefully the next wave, when they fix the issues they had with the manufacturing, it will be. But now I'm kind of with you. I think the Nightingale, I've got 6 of them. So
that tells you something. 2
semi-auto, 2 select fire, and 2 full auto. So, I like my pairs of pistols.
Absolutely. And I think you're right. I think the Omnia is so promising as it was, never mind the problems. And it seems the fix on the problem won't be that hard. So it's I can almost confidently say that the new release of it is going to be pretty awesome at under $100. But obviously time will tell, but I'm pretty confident it'll be all right.
A couple of people have also said the Tryon, and they're not wrong. That's another excellent blaster for under 100. Another one.
I got 2 of those.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to be as good as it was, and then it was. It's got a few weird quirks, but it's still an excellent blaster. Let's see. What other comments do we have? Somebody asked, have something about summoning and a Strife X. Where did that comment go? Have you ever tried summoning a Strife X using an X-gram made out of strifes? I haven't.
And reciting a mantra.
Yes, you have to recite. You have to repeat "it's nerf or nothing" 100 times, which is just really hard to say these days.
Oh, and back to the 100. It is back to the under $100. Alan Thibodeau, and he's absolutely right. The Outlaw, which is only $30, is a great sidearm.
True. Yeah, you could get a pair of Outlaws for under 100, and that would be an excellent option as well.
And you know what? Even the Dart Zone Mark III, it's still not a bad blaster. Now, I think Target is still $129, but Amazon and other places, you can get it for so much cheaper.
This is true. Downside, if you go with a LiPo blaster, you have to have the battery and the charger, and that kind of could be added into the cost if you don't already have it. That's one of the things that those of us that have been in the hobby forever take for granted, that we already have a bag full of LiPos and our LiPo charger, and so we don't always take that into account when we're talking about cost. Springers obviously don't have that option. Yeah.
And again, just a reminder, we will be giving this away. It is a Dart Zone Max Striker. It is painted by me. We aren't just, this isn't we show you a fancy blaster, then just giving you some crappy Jolt. No, this is the actual one I'm giving away. And later on, while Wall comes on, will be the opportunity to win. We will give you a catchphrase. You just got to comment the catchphrase in the comments on the YouTube channel. And basically, the man behind the curtain will do a random selection of someone made the comment, and you will get this. But we need to have your contact information on your YouTube channel. Otherwise, you have no idea if it's you and who we're going to send it to.
Yeah, we do need to actually be able to get a hold of you, and so yeah. We got a caller waiting, so let's go ahead and take another caller.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Who are you?
All right, I'm Phil, phone playing Phil. I'm Stevie Shoots Darts friend. He told me to say that.
Aha! Awesome. I was hoping we'd hear from you.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty quick. I'm a little nervous. How did you guys like get into the hobby? Like, what did you see and thought maybe that would be cool? Maybe I should get into the hobby.
All right, let me go first. Mine will be short. Basically, as a contractor, cutting through people's houses 7, 8 years ago, saw Nerf guns, and because I'm an old dude, hadn't saw Nerf guns in years. Did a whole YouTube search, a Google search, and found this whole underground. I needed a new hobby, bought more blasters, and started painting them. And I've been continued down this rabbit hole ever since.
For me, it was Humans versus Zombies at the University of Idaho. They played their first game my last semester, and I wasn't able to join in. But we contacted the people who were in charge and said, "Hey, we do this mercenary stuff. Would you be interested in having some NPC guys show up and be mooks and die and make things look cooler and all that?" And they said, "Yeah, that sounds great." And now here I am.
Well,
That was in
yeah, this is
2012.
awesome.
Yeah.
How'd you get into it, Phil?
Captain.
Yeah, how'd you get?
I got into it. I was playing airsoft. I liked airsoft, but the community, I didn't like it, and it was way too expensive. And I just looked at alternatives, and I found that this was just cheaper. And then I went more into it and found out about pro blasters, stuff like that, basically.
Yeah, that is pretty much the biggest draw for me for the hobby. I mean, I love the modding, I love the events, but it's the people. They're so much more relaxed. They know that what they're doing is silly. They don't take themselves seriously as much. The pro stuff, now there's some competitive stuff that's going on in there, but like the casual Nerf wars and HVZ, it's all pretty relaxed, and it's just a lot of fun, and that's what I love about it.
Even the tournaments, like there's still as much camaraderie, and not like there's no blatant arguments or fighting over it. Everyone gets along very well and has a good understanding. So just overall, this is why it's great, is because we like everybody. We welcome everybody. Yes, be competitive, but rule one is have fun, be real, and be nice to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I found in the airsoft community, there was a lot of just like, don't buy this, buy that. And like some people were just toxic, but like with Nerf, I don't know, it just feels a lot more creative, open, especially out of the Geek. I mean, you're like doing a bunch of paint jobs and stuff, which is awesome. They look super cool.
Thanks, man. Glad you like them. Appreciate it. This is why, yeah, whenever my nieces and nephews come over, they just want in my shop and never leave my shop, and usually end up going home with something out of this shop.
Oh, I'm done.
Yes.
I'm glad we got both of them on today. That's very
cool.
Cool.
How cool is that? It really is.
All right. Well, that really is one of the big questions that people always ask is, why did you choose Nerf over the other options, or how did you get into Nerf? And I've got a whole video on it, and my answer hasn't changed. It's the community. It's just such a fun group of people. So, all right, apparently we've got someone waiting, so let's take another caller. The phone number is on the screen if you want to call in.
Hey, hello.
Who are you? What do you want?
Doing it. Hey, this is Insane Weasel from Florida. I think I got called you guys on the Discord like in the very first episode. Here's my question. So like I go to Universal Studios, but they just have in like Orlando, but they just like opened this new shooting gallery, and the blaster that they use for like the guests to shoot like a bunch of minions is called an Eliminator X, and it looks cool. They even have a merchandise version of it, like at the gift shop. And I got like an idea to like make an integration blaster out of it, but I'm just worried about its size. So I'm thinking about like using a Nightingale. What are your tips on it, on like trying to put a blaster within one, especially one that could use a clip, turning this merchandise blaster, which it doesn't even shoot a dart at all. It's just like lights and sound effects, and just using a shell around like an existing Nerf blaster or any like third-party blaster.
So for
did
me,
I
off the
confuse-
top of my head,
did I
like
confuse it?
for me, the top of my head, like an easy one that you saw before, especially when the Centurion came out, was the Centurion. Obviously, you don't know the big Mega Blaster that was super long and had the long pull, and you saw a lot of people gutting that just because the shell was big enough and wide enough, and then just basically putting a strife inside of it. So that's easy. I guess what you want to put into it depends if you're just taking an existing blaster and dropping it in something else. If it's a large shell, you can do something like that. But then also, I think, and Chael will probably have more insight on this, is the whole fly core systems, where it's a whole compact system with drop-in kit that you can put in there that will ultimately turn your you can turn something into a blaster. Correct me if I'm wrong, dude.
Yeah, that was kind of going to be my recommendation too. The fly core system is probably going to be the easiest way, because unlike if you try to take the guts out of like a strife or out of a nightingale, you're not going to have the mounting points anymore. There's going to be nothing to mount the flywheels to. There's going to be nothing to mount the pusher to. Whereas the fly core system is relatively self-contained, and it's intended that you design a 3D printed shell around it, but you could use another, as long as it'll fit, you can just put it in there and then and bolt it in or glue it in or what have you. It does require you have, access to a 3D printer, obviously. I think I found the blaster that you're talking about, and it's huge and ridiculous and has a big green light thing on the top.
It should look blue. It's the full name is E-Eliminator X, and it's very sci-fi looking. There's a lot of curves. Looks like they made like surf.
Eliminator X. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely enough room for a flywheel cage and a pusher in that. And if it already does lights and sound, then there's already a button mounted behind the trigger, so it's just a matter of, wiring that in or either replacing it with a more powerful switch or possibly using a MOSFET board or something. But it could definitely be done. I mean, the first kind of modding that I did was, he's gone now, but we'll keep answering the question. One of the earliest things I modded was taking my laser tag guns from when I was a little kid, taking the guts out and putting them into different shells. And it was mostly a matter of, mounting the light emitter and the switch and all of that. And that was fairly straightforward and simple. Putting a blaster in another shell is a little bit more complicated. The big part is going to be how are you mounting all the parts? And like Al said, FlyCore is designed for that, and it'd probably be a little bit easier, especially if you do have a 3D printer and you do know how to model. That would work, and that would be a great blaster to put it in because of how goofy looking it is. It doesn't look anything like a real firearm. It looks just spacey and cartoonish. I would love for somebody to make that fire a blaster.
Absolutely. Just drop it back over to chat. Again, loving that you got a lot of comments going on, people talking back and forth. Love this. It's great to talk to us, but you are all welcome to talk to each other as well. Quick shout out. I noticed Matt Ritchie's in there. He was also a member of Get Off My Lawn. Again, Matt, brand new to it, yet he was a great player for us in terms of his how effective he was. So again, if you're going to do like tournaments, don't be afraid to do them because they're fun. But then also we have shout out Ursa. Look at that. See, put the kids to bed and come out and play. So don't use kids as your excuse. You can come talk to us, see other people do it. But then also a question. Are you ready for it, brother?
What?
Favorite footwear when you play Nerf? Tennis shoes, combat boots, or barefoot?
Generally combat boots. I like the ankle support. And most of the places that I play, like HVZ or Afterworlds, I'm going to be in, some kind of ridiculous getup. For casual play, I will just tennis shoes. Barefoot, not so much. Mostly because the places that I play are not exactly barefoot friendly. Like I wouldn't want to go barefoot in my arena or my yard, though people have. What about you? What do you wear?
Tennis shoes, but I definitely need to get something with more support. Realizing just because the older you get, it's easier to roll your ankle. Although I will admit, you want to increase difficulty. I don't care what kind of blaster you got. You make everyone go barefoot, and then suddenly they're not as mobile.
Very true.
All right. So again, just let everybody know we're almost to that point. We are going to have Wacom on here shortly. In the meantime, just to remind everyone, we do have our clip of the week. So be sure if you're posting anything foam flinging related, tag World Foam Alliance, and we will select a winner every week and then feature you on our various YouTube shows and on the World Foam Alliance channel. So again, you tag World Foam Alliance. And again, today we will be giving away a blaster. This is a Dart Zone Max Striker as painted by me. And I'm not kidding. I'm actually giving this one away today. And actually soon we will be giving you the comment or statement that you will be saying. And then the man behind the curtain will actually randomly select someone and we will contact you and mail you a blaster. But be sure again to have your contact information on your profile, because I don't want to deal with people after saying, no, it was me. No, it was me. So make sure you have an email or some actually valid way to contact you. So then I think that's all I got for now before we have our guest.
Yeah, someone asked if having their if they could just give us their TikTok, or if their TikTok has the contact information, that would absolutely work. Because you can comment, if you want to comment, you can comment here with your handle. This is my TikTok, and we can go there and track you down, as long as we have a way of actually verifying that it's you, as opposed to somebody emailing us randomly going, I was the one that one. We're like, well, how do we know your handle doesn't link to it? Yeah. We'll figure it out.
I think the first thing is we'll give the comment now, and then we're going to introduce Wacom. And I think, wasn't the comment Captain Xavier owes me money?
Yes. Captain Xavier owes me money. Comment, Captain Xavier owes me money on this live stream, and you'll be entered to win.
All right. Now, with that said, we have Wacom S7. I'd introduce him, but you know what? We'll have it do it himself. So let's bring Wacom on to get off my lawn.
I feel like you're just trying to save yourself some effort right there. What the heck? I'm the guest and I got to do my own promo?
No, it's one of those people that needs no introduction. Yeah, that's what it is. Explain yourself.
The excuses in the world. It's okay. Flattery will get you everywhere. How you guys doing on this Wednesday night?
Too early to tell.
I'm good, man. Glad to have you here, brother.
Like 6 p.m. for you. What are you talking about?
I have root beer flavored jelly beans. The world is as it should be.
That actually does sound somewhat wonderful. NGL, what about you, Al? What you snacking on?
Yeah, actually nothing, man. I had a good dinner, so my belly is full. I am good, man.
Just pulls out a whole shank of ham and just starts gnawing on it.
The Lego lamb, just the whole thing.
Well, there was no turkey leg, so I had to resort to lamb. So
I had this sneaking off camera. I've never had it before, but it was on sale at the store. It's like a Doritos dip. I bought 4 of these because it's like buy 4 and save like $8. And if they're awful, I'm really gonna regret it. How else do you think I keep up this girlish figure?
You know my pain. I understand that.
I long since quit sitting in my old medieval armor.
I mean, when they say heavy weaponry, we all know what that means. We all got it. I am with my people. The beards, the stature.
Isn't that the secret to being yeah, isn't that the part of our secret society? You gotta grow a beard.
Yeah, I gained like 100,000 subscribers when I grew out a beard, so I guess that's how it's supposed to actually work. Little do they know, it just hides my double chin. That was the only reason why. And then it's like it got to a point where I don't know what to do with it, so I just kind of let it do its thing.
I did that. It ended up like down to my belly button, and it had to go.
I remember your COVID beard. It was quite majestic.
It was. I was really approaching Elder Wizard by the end.
And I remember like you immediately like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to an event, and like the next day it was gone.
Oh yeah, the beard's just gonna get caught on things. Get me searched at TSA.
I'm surprised Swamp Cat didn't nest in your beard.
What?
Yeah.
What about Swamp Cat?
I said I'm surprised Swamp Cat didn't nest in your beard.
Who said she didn't?
That's exactly where the rat goes. It just nestles right here. Or under the ponytail. It's one or the other. I look like I got a tribble on my shoulder now. What the heck?
There it is. All right, hold on. All right, welcome. Give the intro. I think everyone knows who you are. The only reason I didn't is because I suffer from being an old dude and I forget stuff because I'm terrible like that.
Hi, I'm Walcom S7. I'm a man-child that plays with toys on the internet and uploads. No, I ruined it. I play with toys and I upload videos of them to the internet, and some people watch them. Yeah, that's about it.
Weird. And you do this professionally. Unlike Al and I, we're
hypothetically. I think there's a decorum for being a professional. I really just do things.
Yeah, but you do it for a living.
Yeah, what a living.
Al and I have real job. Al has a real job. I have a job.
No, that's how it should be. Trust me, you don't want YouTube to be your boss. YouTube is the worst boss. Sometimes things are cool, but every single video I upload, I wonder if it's going to be my last.
Actually, that's a good segue into we didn't hammer out any questions, but I think that's a great thing. So if you want to touch upon like the bonuses, negatives, or just anything in general you have found, or kind of like a warning or otherwise for any the people that want to venture into the YouTube universe.
Yeah, if I had a choice. Oh, go on, Xavier.
I said you're the reason I have a channel, so explain yourself.
Yeah, but you kept your job. Really, I was doing YouTube while I'd literally make videos and then edit them when I was sitting at work waiting on customers. I was the manager of a couple of cell phone stores in Boise, Idaho. And when I moved, it was kind of making enough money to pay rent. Let's skip looking for a job right now and just do this. And it just kind of worked from there to a degree. But the biggest problem is, that's stress that you can go to a job, you can punch in and then you can punch out and walk away. But when you do it for everything, it's hard to turn off, especially when it's somebody like me who doesn't have a work phone. And I don't Xavier and I will talk to each other at 3:00 in the morning about this kind of stuff. It's just, you never really get to escape it. I never get to turn it off. And then dealing with YouTube, it's how many times have I gotten an email that just made my heart jump out of my chest because something got demonetized or something, and and there's nothing you can do. You're just screaming into the void. You got to try to tag YouTube on Twitter and get their attention to fix anything. And when I had some major issues, I never got any help, and I just had to kind of sit there and try to outlast it. And that was the real struggle, is where it's I have no recourse to really fix this issue that I'm having. So what do I do? And if it was at a job, if there was a boss, if there was somebody I could talk to, these issues can get rectified. And that doesn't happen when you work on YouTube. Is it cool sometimes? Well, yeah, obviously. It can also be really not cool. I have fond dreams of just working normal, even retail. I worked retail and food. I've done both. And I feel so much happier in those dreams. They're pleasant, even though that job was absolute garbage. And yet you would think YouTube would be the dream. And for a lot of the time it is, but it's not for the faint of heart. So if you do get on YouTube and you do get success on YouTube, keep your day job. I'm serious.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Is I've got a well-paying job that pays my mortgage and all of that. YouTube pays for my hobbies. And I got to the point where I don't have to buy a lot of the really expensive blasters because they get sent to me, which is fabulous.
No wonder you have 2 of everything.
Yeah, it's pretty much it.
He's only got one of my things.
Yeah, I've got one of Al the Geeks on my wall. I have the luxury of all the things that you said that you don't have. Is
That's
I don't
kind of how it goes. I mean, you don't have to worry. That's the thing. It's a lot of people, and I know with a lot of kids, it's everybody's always asking me, how do I start a YouTube channel? How do I get successful on YouTube? And really, the end of the day is you got to be you have to have a passion for it. Whatever you're doing on YouTube, You have to have a passion for it, because if you have a passion, people will get that. How many hundreds of thousands of comments I've gotten over the years where it's people are just like, I don't do Nerf, but your passion is infectious and I watch your channel for it. I've met people at like Jared's Epic Blaster Battle where it's like, yeah, I'm here because you're here. Here's my blaster. I didn't really come here to play. I just wanted to see you. It's that kind of stuff. It's like, you have to have a passion for what you're doing, and putting that passion on camera, it's like so important. That's like the number one thing. It's not video quality. It's kind of audio quality, because it's easier to watch a bad video than it is to listen to one. But it's really how well you can put your passion through on camera that makes the difference between how you succeed on YouTube. But at the end of the day, there's luck. And how many channels that are so much better than mine that just don't get the break they deserve is frustrating, because I do not deserve the position that I have. And if I could, I would love to, I mean, promote Captain Xavier, promote my friends and stuff like that. And thank goodness a lot of them have gotten a following because of us working together like that over the years.
I was going to say, because you and I met.
I have a chance because Walcom featured me in a video once.
Like 7 of them, actually.
Yeah.
In like a month, like 7 of them.
Yeah.
No, what I was
it is also
say
a
is
lot of work. A lot of people may not realize just how much work running a successful YouTube channel is. If you want it to be your full-time job, you have to treat it like a full-time job.
Yeah, or just be an idiot like me. What were you going to say, Al?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, that's okay, dude. I remember because Walcom, I met you in Georgia at End War, because I remember you were coming around, and again, you had a YouTube channel, and you weren't as big as you were now, but I remember you were just coming around, and I love the fact, because at that point, I didn't know many people at all, and I remember you coming up to my table, and you talked to me for a good, I think, 10 or 15 minutes, but there was no question, you just loved being there. Your energy was great. So even if people are doubting it, this is you even before, you know what I mean? This is not a show. This is not all right, now I'm going to step in. Well, it's a little bit, but the reason you're getting the following you're getting is because you are genuine in terms of how you deliver it. Much like Xavier is, and I think the same thing when people ask me, and obviously YouTube, it's just because I know it's work and it's hard and I don't have time for it. And even though I want to have more time, a full-time job, but whatever, that's not what I'm talking about. But the advice I always tell people and everything you do, it's kind of, you got to be real. You got to be you. And I find that is the most successful. Or if you're that good if you can act that good, then get off of YouTube and go get discovered somewhere.
It's kind of a curse. I mean, obviously I can amp things up and down and whatnot, but I am who I am kind of thing. Like I'm not a character. The real me is still an aggressively happy man child that loves his pistols and shotguns. And Nerf is a really good outlet for that kind of stuff. But I'm still me. I still like what I like and whatnot. And there are people who could play a character and they could play it really good. And sometimes I really envy that ability, because then they can switch it off. And I can't tell what's actually optimal. Is it better to just be genuine and be you, or is it better to be the character and present yourself the way you want to present yourself? I mean, I've seen so many of it. Like, have you ever met one of your heroes and found out they're basically nothing like how you imagined them? That's happened to me, and it sucks. And then there's also the whole point where it's like somebody like meets me and it's like, yes, I'm still the same person. I just edit myself. That's the other part of the magic, is I get to pick and choose the things that make me seem better than I actually am.
I have said editing magic many times. I've also, when people ask me, what are the various other YouTubers like? You're the one that said Walcom is exactly like he appears in his videos.
Oh God. I don't know if that's a compliment.
It is a compliment, because you're just you. You don't have to, get into character. You don't have to pretend. And if people actually meet you, they realize, oh no, he's exactly like that. I have met up, like you said, I've met people that I, knew online or had only seen online, and then met them in real life and discovered that was a character that they were playing, that they weren't like that in real life. And like, well, I was interested in knowing you because that's what I thought you would be like. And then it turns out you're not. And now it's kind of disappointing. Whereas if somebody ever meets you in real life, it's, oh no, he's exactly who he appears to be. And I think that's, people can tell. Yes. All right. The man behind the camera, the man behind the curtain, has a question for you, Wolcom. What camera are you using? Because apparently it looks amazing.
Right now, I am using a Sony FX30 with I think it's a 15 millimeter prime lens on it, like a 1.4 focal length. I have it set to 2.8 right now, which is why it's a little bit darker than I want it to be. That explains a lot. I was wondering why it was so dark, but yeah, it's a Sony FX30 and I love it. It's become my new everything. I'm still trying to figure out how to use all of my new fancy toys. I have had to learn a lot to figure out, because like I think Xavier even knows, like I hated, like I used an action camera for a long time because I hated dealing with cameras. My old camera is the Sony ZV-1, which is a fantastic little camera. It is amazing for what it is, and you can get like the ZV-1F for like, I don't know, $400 right now, something like that, and it's a side grade to one of these. And you don't have to, there's no, like, there are settings, you can change settings and stuff on it, but you literally just turn it on and the screen pops out and it's ready to go. It's your camera and it does all the things a camera should. It's very, very nice. And then I decided I wanted to get a camera that could do fun things like the slow-mo that you might have seen me using recently, which is really hard to deal with, but my camera will do 4K 120. It'll do 1080p at 240 FPS, and it has this mode called like S&Q, or slow and quick mode, where it's like I can tell it to record 1080p 240 frames a second at 30 FPS or at 24 FPS or what it is, and the file will automatically generate on the camera at the frame rate that all of the rest of the clips that I use are in, as opposed to me having to put like the file through Handbrake or something and take a however long file and cut it down to this and still have the slow motion or the fast forward and stuff like that. I wanted a camera that would do fun stuff. And that was one of the first things I said for 2023. And it was one of the first things I bought was like, I'm going to get a real camera and I'm going to learn how to use it. And I want to have the ability to do like the sick slow motion, like the Moab with the shells falling down. It's like, I could use my phone for that, but let's get a real camera that can do that. And I will never look back now. It's very, very expensive. I seemingly blow hundreds of dollars every single time I look at camera stuff, and I still only have the one lens. Lenses are expensive. I want an anamorphic lens next, but it's like $500.
So that's awesome, and you're right. So this is, again, ties back into, you want to be on YouTube, there's an investment. But I want to go into just a slightly different direction. But also, so then when it comes to like the World Foam Alliance, and you heard like heard about what we're doing, and probably the first thought is, what are they doing over there? So in general, in terms of, I'm guessing you have a kind of a sense of what we are trying to do. So I guess for a two-part question, first was what was your general reaction when you heard that we're throwing something like this together? And then the second question is, what is it you hope to see us accomplish, or you think that we good for foam flinging in general?
The idea of the World Foam Alliance is something that I think pretty much all of us content creators have had at some point in time, as a repository to actually get people to collaborate together and add a bunch of different things in one spot, where you can have one place where everybody can do up. You can very easily collaborate and get stuff done, but you could also do the things that you might normally not do on your channel that you can throw up on like one channel like the World Foam Alliance. And I think that's an idea that most of us have had at some point. I'm sure Captain Xavier has had many times where he wanted to get something like this off the ground. I know I personally have as well. And when it comes down to it, I'm really hoping you can get to that point where the channel just has daily content from a bunch of people that either are collaborating together on a topic that they might not show on either of their normal channels, and just you constantly have content coming out that everybody can love. So there's never a dull moment, because when you have each individual content creator like myself, I mean, freak, dude, I haven't uploaded a video in like 12, 13 days. And there are legitimate reasons for that. Like, I'm struggling creatively. I think I complained to Captain Xavier about that when he was here a couple of weeks ago. I'm just in a rut and I'm trying my best. I want to get the darn Seagull video out. But at the same time, at Starfield came out, that ate like a lot of my time. I'm not gonna lie, and it didn't make things better. I think it just made things worse for me. But when you have, like, I'm by myself, I do all of my shooting, all of my editing, I have to do all my own camera work and everything like that. So realistically, could I work 12 hours and put out a video every single day? Heck, could I work 6 hours and put out a video every single day? I totally could, but it's very mentally taxing. Like, doing work is doing work. Digging a ditch is digging a ditch. But when you care about the content you put up and you try your legitimate best to put out something that you like and you are happy with, and when you're telling yourself, oh, I got to put up a video today because I didn't put up a video for the last, it sucks. Don't do that. And that's why it's like, just do the content you want to do and do it how you want to do it. Everything else be damned. I really hope that the World Foam Alliance can get to the point where all this stuff is happening and everybody's like, I want to do this weird video that I'd never upload to my channel, but I could throw it on World Foam Alliance and have my own show there, like Captain Xavier's Range show. And then, of course, Al's The Forge. I mean, that's the kind of the dream. You can have daily content. You can have daily content or twice a day content and stuff like that from a whole bunch of content creators and stuff. That's the kind of dream I'm hoping that is achieved.
That's awesome, brother.
One of the big goals. And especially collaborate. I mean, like this live stream. This started out as I went to Al's place. We did a live stream in his basement. We're like, let's keep doing this every other week. And then World Foam Alliance came along, like, it'd make much more sense for us to do it there than on either of our channels. Because that's often the problem with the collaboration. Whose channel do you put it on? Well, let's put it on a single unified channel.
And for the record, we came to that close to passing out. So luckily, we actually decide, all right, hit the live button, and then we'll go until we pass out.
Yeah.
And then you just get amped.
Yep. Oh, another wave of I do owe all these people money. All right, we've got callers waiting. Let's take a call, and they can hopefully ask Walcon some questions. If you would like to call in and ask Walcon a question, here's the number.
I apologize in advance.
Who are you? What do you want?
Oh, is it me? My bad.
Yep. Who are you? What do you got?
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm confused. Yeah, how y'all doing? Al, nice seeing all y'all on here. Watched y'all all for a while. I actually met Al at Passive back in June. My name is Al. I'm with the Louisiana Blaster League. And welcome.
Oh, yes.
Okay, all of y'all. Question. What is your most disappointing blaster release? Not by brand, but just in general for the past year.
That's a real tough one. See, I don't know. Did you say within the last year?
Yeah,
that's easy for me.
So far for 2023. For this year.
For 2023. See, that's where I'm going to get caught in 4K. I'm trying to remember everything that kind of came out, and there's so many blasters I buy that I don't do the video on. And it's a real problem because I don't know. I don't want to come off as the guy who's always angry, even though everybody says I never like anything, even though the only videos I seemingly upload are the ones that I really like. Every once in a while, I think there's something that has to be said where it's like, yeah, this blaster is bad. Don't buy it. Recently disappointing in my, see, I never got the Gion. And I kind of want one. It looks cool. Off the top of my head, it's like I'm trying to remember comments. I will say that, and I hate this, I think I even talked to Xavier about it when he was here. I couldn't really get that far behind on the Outlaw. I really do like single action army. I really do like hammer action blasters. I just never really liked the hammer shot because it had problems. And then I get the Outlaw hoping that it was going to fix everything. And the thing like breaks my thumbs trying to prime it. And I had to sit there for like 2 weeks until I could do a video where it's like I'm not just angry at it.
For me, I think it would be the Omnia, unfortunately, because everyone said it was going to be the best pro blaster that's come out, and then unfortunately the QR was, yeah, exactly. It's not really out, and then the quality control, the aim was off, the delay, and you're like, oh man. I was really wanting an injection molded cheap FDL3, and it's not there yet. Hopefully it will be. There's going to be a second release, and hopefully they'll fix the problems, and then we'll see. But that was the one that was, for me, was just, I can't make a video on this.
Man, you better take care of that Gion, Al. Like that's a collector's item now. I want it.
It is. This is a paperweight. I kept it to paint it because otherwise it is such crap. Andrew when Andrew comes over, we look at it, we're like, the only reason I still have it is because it looks cool. Otherwise, No.
And they
Tragic.
got off our lawn.
Cool. Yep, get off our lawn. Quick thing for those of you that are commenting, the Captain Xavier owes me money. Or if you're wondering what that is the phrase you have to put in the comments to enter the giveaway. Al, show them the thing. We are giving away this fabulous blaster custom made by Al the Geek. To get it, you have to comment, Captain Xavier owes me money, and you do have to spell it correctly. Because apparently they're going to use an automated thing that's going to troll through and randomly pick a person. So if you haven't spelled owes me money correctly, it's not going to catch you.
You can copy and paste too what the World Foam Alliance. He even put it the exact. If you're having trouble, scroll back up, find out where World Foam Alliance posted it, and you can just copy and paste that as well.
All right, we've got like 5 people waiting, so let's get another caller on here. Everyone wants to talk to Walt, I guess.
Hi, it's me again, James.
Hey,
I
James.
just want to say that I was I'm making the Mark III right now to be the Mark 301. No, the R301 carbine from Apex. And
Yeah, that's a good rifle.
You might know about this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting like a new motor in it. I'm putting the gear from Easy and the
Nerf
angle
Easy,
talent
Ezekiel.
adapter from Easy. And I just wanted to say, welcome, that I really like the videos that you do on like the series, kind of like what you did with Elite 2.0.
Ah, yes. The thing that I'm hoping to do a lot more of, if I could go really quick, that video was like, I literally was trying to film a different one, and I just said, screw it. And I just decided to do a video on every single Elite 2.0 blaster, and I shot and edited that entire thing in like a 16-hour sprint.
I got you.
And I plan on doing every Nerf series. The next one will probably be Rebel. That's one that I'm trying to find all my Rebel stuff, but odds are I don't need the blaster on the screen. I want to do more of those. It was a lot of fun. Is there a series you'd like me to do instead of Rebel? Ooh, use your magical influencer powers and I may change things up.
Other than Rebel? Max Strike.
Max Strike?
I mean, Cyber Strike. The old.
There's only like 12 or something blasters in that, eh?
Do every
I was thinking like.
From 1993 to 1997.
All right. Well, apparently James got off our lawn on his own. No one kicked him off.
Let's get another caller in here.
That's
We've got
the
a
power I
witness.
have.
Oh my gosh, it's me. I'm so nervous right now.
You again?
Who are you?
Explain your spot.
It's foam flinging Phil.
Phil!
I'm
Welcome
13.
back, Phil.
I sound like a chipmunk. Anyways, I'm gonna ask the same question that I asked Captain Xavier and Al the Geek. What blaster or like what got you into the hobby?
I actually have a detailed explanation for this because I wasn't in college yet. So it partially happened because I was a pizza delivery guy and there was a toy store that opened up in my town. We're like 45 minutes from the nearest Walmart. So a toy store opening up in our small town was a big deal. And I started just buying, like, I played with a friend's, his little brother's Nerf blasters like years before, but I went and bought Mavericks and started playing with Mavericks. And then I played a game called Blacklight Retribution where you can change, like, you basically pick the receiver and can change every single other aspect of the weapon, kind of like what you can do with Warzone now. And it made me want to do that kind of stuff to make my own custom bespoke thing. And then I started finding out like what integrations were and stuff with Nerf, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And I moved shortly after buying, you know, a small collection of blasters and stuff like that. And there was a Nerf arena in the place where I moved in Boise. And then I started going to that. And then I started just building crazy things to use at the arena because you couldn't use streamlines. They'd get stepped on, and you like elite blasters, like you couldn't really use them. So Busby stickies were the best thing ever. And so I started building that, and it just was a rabbit hole, and that's why I started the channel and everything like that, because I was already doing all this crazy stuff. I literally was building. It was an arms race. That's kind of how it really got me sucked in.
All right, I have one more question. Like, what
You got 1 minute.
viral on YouTube? Like, what video got you viral on YouTube?
It was weird. The first time it really got like any attraction whatsoever, it just kind of like, I don't know how well YouTube does it nowadays, but back in the day, I remember going to sleep, waking up in the morning, going to work, doing all my things, thought, oh, I should check the channel. It's been like 6 days since I uploaded anything. I haven't really paid attention to it. And one of my videos had like 150,000 views. And I think the first thing that really took off was the like Death Stinger mod where I mag fed a Dart Zone Scorpion. And from there, it like doing reviews and just kind of like, oh, there's actually a chance of this YouTube thing doing something. So I kept making videos and like getting reviews and stuff out there, even though, you know, I basically started doing reviews because the people who were doing reviews, I didn't agree with them. So I did my own reviews and they just started taking off. And then from there, it was just doing what I wanted to do on YouTube.
Okay, I'm about to leave. Probably, I don't even check the time, but do you think that the Aeon Pro could be a good primary?
Yes, I do believe the Aeon Pro could be a good primary. In fact, it's better than the Nexus Pro in most ways.
The Aeon Pro was an excellent blaster. And I mean, at first I thought it was weird that people kept putting pump kits on it. You're like, well, why not just get a Nexus? And then realized because they're not the same internally, there are advantages
so much
to the
better
Aeon
than
Pro.
a Nexus. Dart Zone stopping the Aeon Pro and never putting out anything in that same like space, kind of weird. Because it was like $25 for a 150 FPS pistol that was mag fed that you could pump action relatively easily, and it just kind of disappeared and they never went back to it.
Yeah, you never
Wacky.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Next caller. And again, there's a phone
Next
number
caller.
for those that don't know.
You can line up
call
people.
in.
Let's get on here.
Yep. There's no more Discord. You call in.
Hey, I'm that guy from last week that called multiple times. Christopher.
Perfect. Tell me about your
your
name.
opinion on if Nerf made a Mega Infinite.
A what?
Mega Infinite, the reloading blaster.
Oh.
I mean, the Infinus is already one of the best things Hasbro has ever made. If there's a single blaster they have made in the last couple of years that they need to reiterate on, it's the Infinus. And a Mega one would fix a lot of the problems that you'd normally have with Mega. If you could imagine just having Moto Strike that has magazines, so you can still do the quick reloads that you love, but then you could also just kind of feed them in through the back and have it do the whole clunky cool thing. With Mega, that makes a lot more sense than it does with virtually any other blaster. So I could totally get
few rounds
that.
in the magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to have a Moto Strike that you could top up by shoving a dart in the back. That would be brilliant.
All right. Any more questions or get off my lawn?
Al, what's yours? You haven't said anything in like half an hour. Al, what's your view on a Mega Infinus?
I think it'd be very cool because obviously the larger rounds, the Infinus, I still don't own one, although I have played with one, but I think having mega rounds, I think that'd be great. That'd be a great option.
I got like 7 of them.
Yeah, I got a couple.
I need one that's in box for the back wall. It's on my list of things I need to get before it disappears.
Yes.
My next question is, what are you guys' favorite 24-hour restaurants like Waffle House and something?
Oh, what are our options up here, Xavier? Man, we got a dearth of options.
24-hour restaurant.
Yeah, we
got Sherry's, we got Denny's, and there's a 24-hour Subway down the street from me.
McDonald's, some of the McDonald's are back to 24 hours. A lot of restaurants quit being 24 hours during the pandemic, and some of them never went back.
Dude, Walmart's not being 24 hours breaks my heart. I used to go to Walmart like 4 o'clock in the morning all the time.
Winco finally went back to being 24 hours.
I haven't done a late night restaurant now, says the Canadian. Growing up in Canada in the Toronto area, especially when younger age and we'd hit the bars and everything else, There were a couple of 24-hour places, but the best place we went to, and it was always open to about 4 in the morning, was a place called Montfort's. It was Persian food, man, and their Montfort chicken, it was this chicken in a pita, and their garlic sauce was so damn good that you could dip literally anything in that garlic sauce, and I mean anything. And you could dip ice cream in the garlic sauce, and it'd still blow your mind how good it is. That's how great that is.
I think I just had a spiritual, like, where I connected with him on such a level of imagining slamming like 13 cans of Coors Light and then eating chicken in a pita with garlic sauce and just imagining how amazing that was. Also, get off our lawn.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thanks, Chris.
We're done with you.
Thanks,
That
buddy.
does
All right,
sound
next
delicious.
caller. We
Next
got a bunch
caller.
of people.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm talking to you guys. Hello, it's Stevie Shoots Darts here.
You again.
Steven,
What do you want?
welcome back. Go.
Thank you. Sorry. So I'm sorry I'm calling again. I followed Wacom way before you guys. I have the chills. I cannot believe I'm talking to Wacom right now. Hello, dude. How are you doing?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
I am doing amazing. So being in the Nerf community on TikTok has changed my life. Maritime Phone recently shipping me a care package full of Mark IIIs from me and my best friends. Completely amazing moment, and it was amazing because it was a top highlight for whenever I joined Nerf. So I have a question for you. What were the biggest upsides for you joining the Nerf community?
Personally, like without dealing with like I guess you said the community, most of my friends, like pretty much everybody that I know now, is a Nerfer, and I've basically completely changed the course of my life through the people that I have met through this hobby. It's been an absolute wild ride, and it seems like every day I'm meeting somebody new and hanging out and making new friends. It's absolutely incredible. And I mean, just on learning how to do Nerf in general, I found myself like I was an artist that struggled, that never was happy with anything they did. And I found working with blasters, sanding, shaping them, and building custom things has also helped kind of bring up that artist part of me a lot more than I used to just, try to draw and hate it.
Some of your blasters
Yeah,
are works of art. I still am impressed by the deleter. That thing is gorgeous.
Thank you, buddy.
They really are crazy.
You had a hand in it.
My life story personally, I remember Phil, who you talked to earlier, Phone Flinging Phil. He's the one who brought me into Nerf. He dragged me into everything. He dragged me into Airsoft, which I spent way too much money on, and eventually dragged me into Nerf, which changed my life. And I very appreciate that he put me in there because, well, I'm meeting you right now, which, oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you because this is insane.
I'll never get
send you a
over
bill
that.
for that
'cause, like,
later.
I'll never get used to that because I'm just a dude. Like I don't really, I'm just a guy. So for you to be excited to talk to me it is really heartwarming because that's as much as the internet can suck sometimes. It's really nice to be like, I'm just excited to talk to you. And it's like, man, what can I do to make this guy's day better? Hey, what can I say? What can I do here?
All right, Steve.
It's oh my God. I can't.
Steve.
I'm meeting so many Nerfers I never thought that I would meet, and it's crazy insane. So if you want to reach out to me, if you want to talk to me, Stevie Shoots Darts on TikTok. I'm the only result. I love you, dude. I know I'm running out of time, so it was really fun to talk to you guys.
Well done, kid. You got me. You read my mind. Get off my
Your
lawn.
your only problem is that I have a TikTok, but I do not use it. I'm not really on TikTok, so you might have to reach out to me. Ooh.
Welcome. You want to tell them to get off the lawn?
Oh yeah, and get off the lawn. I'm trying to get a tan
All right.
here.
Apparently this wait list is getting out of hand, so we're going to have to cut people down to half the normal time. Ask your question quick. We're going through you rapid fire. Next. Who's
All right.
next? Who are you? What do you want?
All right, this is
Go.
Boots McGee again.
Boots.
Lay it on me, Boots.
All right, Walcom, if you could create your ideal space to store and display blasters and money was no object, what would that look like?
It would look a lot like that thing from the Matrix where the shelves of guns just come flying out there. But the most important thing about that is the guns also can retract and go away. It would look like that. You could kind of cross it with the thing from Kamen Rider Double where Philip can he's literally Google, so he can narrow things down and so that the shelves disappear and come back with just what he's talking about. He's like, I want to learn about cats. I want to learn about orange cats. I want to learn about male calico cats that have more orange on them, and it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. That would be the ideal blaster face, because I want a pistol. I want a comfy pistol. I want a comfy 130 FPS pistol. I want a comfy 130 FPS pistol that's mag fed and also pink, and it would just get smaller, and then I'd get my one thing, and I'd be good.
That would be awesome. I kind of want to make a video of that now, of you and I standing there and just each of us keep adding another requirement, and it suddenly there's nothing but a Maverick.
All we really need is a VFX artist, because I have the green screen and the space, so we can do a lot of fun things with just a little bit of VFX.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
Love it.
All right.
Boots, get off my lawn. Thanks for calling, buddy.
Oh. Next caller.
Boots
Let's go,
got
let's go.
booted.
Next.
Who are you? What do you
So I'm pretty new. And my name's also Stevie. I was trying to know, like, how should I get into Nerf more?
Ooh, that's a great question. Well, if you don't have a game near you, you should probably make a game. And that could be as simple as just going through your friends list and be like, hey, you guys want to shoot each other with foam in my backyard or in the woods, or maybe talk to a local park and see if you can do that, and make sure you pick up all your darts, because if you don't pick up all your darts, you'll never be able to do that ever again. But really, like, playing is probably the best way to get into it, because for me, it was an arms race. Like, I was playing against these like really fit guys with blowguns, and they were really overpowered, and they designed the whole arena to maximize their ability to play. And I was getting tired of it, and I didn't want to use a blowgun. I wanted to use something I made. So Single Titans came out, and then I had to make sure my Single Titan could load accurately every single time, and they didn't have an FPS cap, so I was literally chipping paint off the wall, and I made those blowgunners run for cover.
Nice. Yeah. Start a good arms race. It's the best way to get anything moving, as history has shown us.
You can't win Nerf. There is no like end game with Nerf,
which is a good thing. It's a marketing just wet dream.
And register on the World Foam Alliance, and we'll tell you everything.
Yes, join the World Foam Alliance. That's the way to do it. Now,
quick,
get off my lawn.
Oh, he just got booted.
Gotta be quick.
Was gone.
Hello, am I on?
Yes,
you're on.
What do you want?
Hello, I am General Strife, and I was just wondering, because I'm about ready to move, and I have like 300 and 400 blasters. I was just wondering, how can I like properly move and store them?
Bins.
Cardboard boxes work fine.
Oh, that's
from what I've told.
Cardboard boxes work, but they wear out. I like bins.
Yeah, but bins require investment. If you want to store $400 worth of blasters, you're going to be spending like $200 in bins. But that
at least
like $30 of cardboard boxes, like the Home Depot medium, even the large size boxes, you can fold the things in, tape them together, and they will last. I still have boxes from when we organized my thing years ago, Xavier. I still have. I got a box that looks perfect that says Pistols 2, Return of the Piss. One of my precious heirlooms. And that's from years ago when we went through my...
That was a fun weekend.
Also,
else?
Yeah, have you seen any of the Kamen Rider Sentai crossover films?
I haven't, because I'm not really a fan of Super Sentai, and my luck with liking Kamen Rider is hit and miss. Like, I saw the first episode of Gotchard, and I hated it, but I absolutely loved every second of Geats. So,
I recommend the Gokaiger.
Gokaiger looks good. That's the pirate one, and it honestly is like the only Super Sentai I've actually wanted to see.
All right, At this point, one more reminder. This is your last chance to win this blaster. You have to comment, Captain Xavier owes me money. You got to get the spelling right. You got to get
Captain
the punctuation.
Xavier owes me money.
That's right. So, yeah, last chance to enter. We're going to take one more caller, and then we will be announcing a winner. So if you've been dragging, yeah, you're about to miss the train, man. All right, next caller.
Let's go.
Hey there, John back again. So, quick question. What's your favorite priming mechanism, and why is it lever action?
Bam! I am back. It's like I got 120 seconds and I heard lever action. What's going on?
What's your favorite priming mechanism, and why is it lever action?
What is your favorite priming mechanism? Why is it lever action? I'm just a big fan of that cowboy aesthetic, but what really gets me is like lever action can do pretty much all of the things I want a blaster to do or a mechanism to do. It can do the sniping. It can do the short rapid spammy. It can do the shotgunny. It does all the things, and it is visually interesting to see and mechanically interesting to use. I own a lever action myself. I want more lever action myself. I think lever action is just perfect. And when it comes to nerf, lever is a mechanical advantage, so it actually makes more sense than you'd think.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The mechanical advantage makes it it's easier to prime a heavier spring. Building an actual functional heavy lever action blaster is a little bit more complicated. But yeah.
Who's going to make the lever action first? That's like a good one. A pro lever action is going to be X-Shot. It's going to be Dart Zone. Is Nerf going to come up from the beyond?
Well, X-Shot just came out with their lever action revolver, so maybe.
Kind of. Lever action conquest. Like, I don't know why Dart Zone hasn't done that yet.
Maybe
get on it, Dart Zone.
I just love
they
how
gave
it
us
looks,
the hand gun pistol. Now give us the lever action. You're right there. Come on.
Right there.
I'll bet it's pretty works. The man behind the curtain won't tell us if it's true or not.
I think that blaster. There was one recently. I had Al the Geek. I gave him a shout out in a video. I don't even know if he knows that. It was like my holiday blaster list or anything like that. I think it has. I like anything from Al the Geek. Here's his Etsy, and I think it was a yellow sling fire that he had listed. But yeah,
I got.
You didn't even know that. See, it's odds. Just sneak it in
now.
there. It's like a year-old video now.
That doesn't matter. It's still good. It's still good.
Obviously, he was going to bump.
What?
All right, I think we have a winner.
Apparently, we have a winner. We have a winner. Do we have a winner? Is that what I'm seeing over there from the man behind the curtain?
It is. So who's going to announce it?
Do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Pay no attention. So apparently, the winner of the blaster, show them the thing. Show them the thing.
Oh, spoilers. I think we know who it is.
Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it. You want a beautiful, one-of-a-kind, bespoke blaster from Al the Geek. Shoulder pads not included. That'll cost you extra.
Yeah, you got to buy those.
But now you're only halfway there.
Oh,
there he is. Yep, don't fall for it. Sure enough, there is a don't fall for it. You have won the thing. Don't fall for it. Now you just have to manage to figure out how to get a hold of us and get your contact info.
He just reaches over and grabs Mad Max stuff, and he's going to be asking me for my gasoline here in a bit.
Yeah, welcome to the shop, man. Everything's
water. Don't fall for
basically, it. So don't fall for it. Congratulations, you have won. World Foam Alliance will be reaching out to you, getting your information, and I will be sending it to you. And you know what? Let me throw this in. This is fun giving away stuff. So I think every Get Off My Lawn, I'm going to be giving away something I paint and do.
I'm planning to give away stuff on the range. I plan to have a mini game where it's guess how many shots it took me to do the thing with this blaster, and that's how I'll give stuff away. Like, how many times is it going to take me to hit the 25-foot target with a gobzooka? 50 shots later. I don't want to keep playing this game.
Yeah,
all right, I think we still got some more calls.
We do still got calls. Let's get another caller on here.
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. This is Janko Rombrana. Can you hear me?
Yes. What do you want?
Okay. I have a quick question. So I'm new to Nerf. I only started about a year ago, but I have an idea for a channel. My question is, what all would I be looking at in terms of, I guess, effort to record, to edit, to put it online, to, I guess, look after it after the fact?
So we kind of covered this earlier. If you want to make YouTube your full-time job, then it has to be a full-time job. If you're willing to do it like me and Al the Geek do, where it's whenever we feel like it, it's a hobby, then you're going to get as much out of it as you put into it. So the more effort you put into it, the better it's going to be. If you want good quality editing, good quality video, good quality audio, then you have to put in the work to do all that editing, to have all that equipment, to learn all the knowledge of how do I edit, how do I do sound mixing, how do I do the lighting. It is a lot of work to do a really good channel, to get to the level of production quality that Wallcom's gotten to at this point. It's a lot more work than I put into mine. I hang a camera over my table and I talk.
But it is important to realize. Sorry, but it is important to realize the more you do it, the faster and better you get at it.
Yes, that is the thing. Is I've gotten it to the point where I can film, edit, and upload a video in a matter of hours because my process is very streamlined and very simple, and I've done it so much. But my video quality is not as good as say Wallcom's, and Wallcom does have to put more time into it than I do to achieve that level of quality.
Wallcom pays $400 a year for editing software.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still using Windows Movie Maker because I am a mook.
I use Andrew because he's close to me and I give him stuff and he's awesome.
In half an hour. So, Al, what did you do?
I use Andrew Dart Suite. He comes over and he helps me with a bunch of things. But anyways, next caller. Who are you? What do you got?
Hi. Hello. I'm Irrigon from over at UMBC HVZ. I noticed this happens with a giveaway, and that's awesome you guys do that. And I came up with a question as I called practically, and my question is, how do you guys decide, or how does Wallcom, I guess, because I'm obviously using Wallcom, how do you decide what blasters you're going to review, particularly from the custom blaster side, from like 3D printed ones? Because there's some blasters that get smaller releases but are really interesting, or they're really popular releases that are fairly standard blasters. How do you differentiate which ones you actually decide to review or make videos on?
Yeah, for me, it's just a matter of how I feel about the thing, and it really sucks because there's a lot of times where I'm really excited for a blaster, but the video just doesn't happen the way I want it to, and I always feel like if I have to force a video, then it's gonna be bad because people can tell that I'm forcing it, which is why sometimes it takes me longer, and I can get stuck on a video, which will get me stuck on a bunch of other videos, because if I try to go off to a different video, if I start feeling a different video, that one thing like the Select Fire the Nightingale kit is like my favorite thing ever, but I've tried to film that video like 3 times. It's like, it does get to a point where it's like, it's almost luck if I can be really excited and really like a thing, and it can still be very difficult. I printed 2 of these out probably 3-4 months ago, and I never did a video, even though they're double-barreled shotgun pistols that absolutely Shrek everything. But for some reason, the video just doesn't work, and I'm still trying. It happens.
It is.
Sorry, go on.
No. Prop. Yeah, let's see it.
Were you talking? I was just gonna say, like, it's almost random, I guess. I try my best though.
The same token, it's true. Like, even like when I make stuff, it's the same thing, and that's why I have half-finished blasters all over the place, because it's true. It's part of the creative process, which I'm learning now. And when you're on, it just flows right out of you. But when you're stuck, it is hard to force it, and you just got to kind of figure out a way to unclog the logjam.
Doing stuff like this is very helpful.
All right, next caller.
More callers. Let's go.
This is Insane Weasel again. This is a question that was in the chat, but now it's going to be directed to Wallcom. Have you summoned a Nerf Pro Stripe X using an hexagram and reciting the mantra, "It's Nerf or nothing," 100 times?
That would have been a much funnier intro to my video than what I did. Right. But I was also like I think I filmed that the day I got it and I edited it. That was a rough video to get done in the time frame that I had. But you've just reminded me that I need to go buy a cult robe and get some scented candles, and yeah, maybe I can get them to do a elite or a Nerf Elite Pro barrel break, because that's a thing that needs to happen that hasn't happened. Where's the barrel break, Nerf? It's one of your best blasters. You stop. doing cool things with it.
We
So wait,
we
you've
should
already done
decide. We
it?
should pick a
How did
blaster.
you do it
but
without
if-
blowing up your house?
No, I literally just, I think Out of Darts did it, and that's how I got it.
Yeah, he did, and I'm assuming there was black magic or blood offerings in order for Out of Darts to get me sent something, because I never thought Hasbro would ever send me anything, and then it appeared. I assume he gave them his third child, or a lock of his hair, or a signed picture of him smiling. Who knows? But Walcom, we should definitely pick something that if somebody makes this blaster, we'll do the cult summoning intro video for it.
Oh yeah, I'll go on Amazon right now and buy a robe. Like it's got to happen.
I already have a black robe, so I'm good. I'm thinking when somebody comes out with a pro lever action blaster, we need to do that.
I'm still surprised. Like again, the second I saw the Conquest, I was like, oh my god, this is it. All we need is a rifle grip and a lever. And it's been like 2.5 years, nothing.
Nothing. All right, do we still got colors? No colors? No
hold on, I got a random idea.
What?
Yeah.
Random idea, because I think we're just having way too much fun with this. So you know it'd be really cool?
Yeah.
If we did this where all three of us are actually in the same room in person.
That could be.
I make my own hours.
I mean, you're going to have to come out here because Walcom and I are within driving distance of each other.
Okay, fine. I
true.
gotta fly, so it's up to me. But yeah, odds are if I make it out in October, we are definitely gonna do a random we're gonna do a random live. We'll probably have people call in. We have no details on that yet, but look out for it because there might be a chance there might be a bunch of us in the same room, and I think to do a wild live like this where we do random callers would be just way too much fun.
I'm 1,000% down. I have more than enough room, and I have the internet of the gods. So I think we should.
Yeah,
make
I was
this
going to say,
happen.
this, if it happens, it has to happen at Walcom's place because I don't have the internet for that. That man's got fiber. We're going up to Walcom's. We're going to kick the door in. We're gonna eat all his food. We're going to scare his rats and his wife, and we're going to have a party.
All right, this is on the schedule. We don't have a date yet, but when the date comes, you will know about it. And we'll still probably give away something, although just us being there should be enough for you to tune back in and be able to call in because you know it's going to be fun. You know it's going to
If
be
it
fun.
happens, I'll put up something good.
I say, we'll just start giving away bins of blasters off of Walcom's shelf. Next
I
caller
probably
gets
won't
this
even
bin of
notice.
blasters. What's in it? Broken shells. Welcome. Congratulations. Next caller, what do they get? Oh, they get a box full of stripes. Merry Christmas.
Key. That's
What's
key.
this pew
Bins,
pew?
not boxes, bins.
Yeah, they have to pay shipping though.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I love it. All right, do we got another caller?
Oh, yep, we got a caller. Let's take another caller. We got a few more minutes.
Hello, I'm Connor. Wizard builds on something.
What?
Hello, Connor.
I'm wondering what's the craziest blaster you've ever seen mod-wise?
Mod wise,
The
I still
Moab.
go. The Moab, yeah, that's a fun one. I still go back. I have these lucid dreams. I think it was Scott. I don't know if he has a handle. He had a demolisher, or not a yeah, I think it's not a demolisher. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. The worker thing that has three flywheel cages. I have like 30 magazines for the darn thing. Dominator, thank you. He had one of those with like, it had a screen attached to it, and it had like 3 or 4 micro flywheel brushless cages in it and stuff. It wasn't working very well at the time, but it was like, I remember seeing that at like Ragnarok. It's like a 2018 or something like that. And I still want that blaster. Probably a very disappointing. I mean, you're looking at Al. He's got all this crazy stuff behind him that are like 6.5 feet long and looks like it could take down a Nerf elephant. And I'm talking about like the most mundane thing I can think of. It's a really good blaster, Scott.
The best one I got, no, I'm not getting my own stuff, you see it, but other than my own stuff was it was sent to me by my buddy James Ridling, and he had put it together, but didn't want to paint it, so he sent it to me to paint it. And it's the Fortnite Heavy SR that he put the grenade launcher out on the front of it. That thing was big and ridiculous, and I absolutely loved it because it was one of those that, even though he upgraded the springs and it was still great, but it was just, I freaking loved it. So I think that's the one recent memory that comes to mind for me.
Nice. Do we got any more callers? I think we've got 2 more. Yep, we got more callers. We got 5 more minutes. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, how's it going? You guys hear me?
Yes. What do you want?
Hey, so my local event's Lunk down in Southern California, and we've been trying to get together and do a sharpshooter competition. We're hitting tin cans at 50 feet away with no FPS cap, and you can have any modifications you guys want on your guns. I was wondering what your guys' advice might be or what you would suggest as a good plinker. I tried out with a Tryon with the out of darts scar on their front, and I placed, but I didn't win.
I'm going to say Harrier.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Everyone's suggesting the Harrier.
Yeah, that was going to be mine too.
At 50 feet, I don't know if you'd really need a whole lot. I mean, so the Trad doesn't come with like a scar barrel out of the box, so that's like probably, you have to kind of tune it in. You could definitely get a lot of blasters that'll hit something at 50 feet pretty reliably, though, with like a worker, like a basic worker scar. Like the Taffy's skewer is like, that is one of my most accurate blasters. I use that thing all the time, and I can hit pretty much anything at 50 feet, I think.
Yeah, my skewer is pretty ridiculously accurate too.
For accuracy at that range, what do you think is the best FPS?
Probably 200 FPS with a worker plastic scar. I think you'd probably not have too many problems.
Yeah, if you get too much bigger than that, you start to have too much power for accuracy, and you too much power for the scar. I'm with Walcom, 200 FPS out of just about any Springer. If you can get it to 200 FPS and the right barrel length and the right scar, you're going to be able to plink a pop can at that length easily enough.
Worker Cheetah 2.0 and cheek pistol it. I bet you'd be surprised.
Someone in the comments,
hey, it's Django.
Star for style points. Yeah, there you go. Fire. You're going to want to build a XL sniper so that the round is so big you can't miss.
There you go. All right, caller.
Who are you?
Yes, Django Rumrunner again. Actually, I had a question for Walcom. Have you ever thought about organizing a collection into some sort of museum or a hall of fame, if you will?
That's literally my life end goal. Part 1 was to get like a Nerf arena, and then part 2 was to build a working museum inside of it. I have a lot of blasters. I have a lot of blasters that are in box. My preferred blaster to get my hands on is a complete in-box example, which gets hard because like all of the old Nerf stuff actually mostly has, besides the blister packs, have boxes that you can put them back in and take them out in, and those are great. But like nowadays, they're all in the freaking like open face packages where it's like you can't easily remove them and put them back in. And I really want to have like every blaster that I can get my hands on, especially the older ones, complete in box that is still functional and ready to be played with, but can still be displayed in a way that, gives them the majesty that they deserve. And more importantly, also have the ammo that goes with them. That's one of the reasons why I collect sealed ammo. It's something that's very important to me. That is something that I want to do. Will that happen? Stay tuned.
Yeah. I've got mine, but my collection only goes from 1970 to 2007 because that's when I ran out of wall. And there's the amount of blasters that existed after that, it just goes up exponentially. It used to be there were, 10, 15 blasters a year. Now, between all the different companies, there's 30, 40, 50 blasters a year if you wanted to get every variant of everything.
And I used to try.
All right. I think at this point, we're going to start wrapping it up. Again, everyone that is still registered and logged in, thanks again for joining us on the World Foam Alliance. Get Off My Lawn as part of the World Foam Alliance. Don't forget to register if you haven't, worldfoamalliance.org. We will be back again in 2 weeks, again, Wednesday, 8 till 10 p.m. No longer on the Discord, streaming on the YouTube channel where you can call in. There will be a phone number, and you get to talk to us that way. Also, the next episode coming up, it will be Foam Zone. Foam Zone is an hour interview, which is going to be happening with Andrew Dart Sweep, where he's going to be talking to different influencers, creators, or local people. Be sure to tune in for that one as well. Now, but before we go, so a couple things. Welcome, man. Dude, this was so much fun. Thanks for being on it. Do you have...
Thank you for having me.
Dude, actually, with that said, if we were to possibly float another date, would you be available to come on and, like, you know, hang out some more?
Obviously, yes, please. Anytime. I literally barely leave the house. It should be no issue whatsoever.
All right, we'll hammer out details December 6th, but otherwise we will figure out a day and we will announce it. So yeah, you will see the three of us again. Plug yourself, dude, even though you don't have to, but go ahead. Tell the world
I'm
right now
Captain
what's on your mind.
Xavier. Live! And I'm out of darts. I wish I was as pretty as out of darts.
I know, right?
Also, before we go...
Thank you very much for having me.
Go ahead, dude. Yeah, no, go ahead. Anything else you want to say, say it.
No, it was awesome. I had a ton of fun. I hope to spend more time with Captain Xavier and Al the Geek. I am Wellcom S7. Thank you very much for joining us on this live stream, and I hope to see you in an entirely different one. I haven't been able to say that in a while. Felt good.
Oh, yeah, plug your stream. When is your stream?
Oh, Saturday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific on my channel. I stream the Saturday night stream thing.
There it is. Awesome. And now, before we go, someone here is going on a European adventure, apparently.
I leave in 2 days.
Sorry, say again?
I leave in 2 days. I'm heading to Europe with Sergeant Deplorable. We're going to run amok throughout Europe. It's going to be great.
Bring me back something tasty.
I will bring you back something pink.
I'll take that too.
So I guess when you come back, the next episode of Get Off My Lawn, there will be a segment where we discuss Captain Xavier's adventure through Europe. And yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. With any luck, I'll be meeting up with some fans in France and Germany, and I'm hoping to get to have dinner with Pewchek, the guy who built the Pew Pew, and I'll have adventures to talk about. Hopefully we don't get lost. Hopefully our trains aren't delayed. Hopefully we don't end up getting kidnapped and used as breeding stock by gypsies in some walled city in the south of France.
I almost feel like that's a fantasy of his, but
I'm going to say yes to that.
It was suspiciously detailed.
Well, you know what that means. Tune in next episode to find out.
They had 3 eyes. It was terrifying.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks again. And we'll see you soon. And remember,